Hello my magical light beings, and welcome all to this video today. My name is Shalita. Welcome to this channel. This channel is all about magical consciousness. We experience the 5D timeline on this channel, and in today's video I wanted to share, as you saw by the title, something about an initiation. I love to say this word. It's a very easy word to say. Try it. No, I'm kidding, but that's something I want to talk about today because to kind of go into this story today about being in an initiation and what it means for me, how I see this, and maybe you are in this in your current reality too, or you feel like what's going on in my reality right now, it's kind of strange to me. I don't know, maybe this is what is happening in your reality, and that's something I wanted to share today. So I'm so excited to talk about this, as it was something that very helped me out in my reality, and how I came to this I will share that too. I think it was a few days ago that I was doing a reading for myself, and I asked my higher self, I was like, what do I need to know right now? And I was shaking some cards from the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and I received this card and said initiation, and I saw this vision of me very symbolically, and it's pretty hard to explain for me, but I saw myself getting to this new destination. Wait a minute, we have a truck. Back to the story. I saw myself being attached with all these strings to the old, and I was on my way to something else, and I was walking, but these strings were still attached to me to the other place, and I was slowly but surely cutting them off, and with that I could move further and further along on my path. And that's the vision I got when I heard initiation. And then I started reading the card, what I wanted to do right now for y'all, because that message really made it more clear to me what it actually was. And I saw there were 4 cards that I received. It was devote your life to your heart, the initiation, cut the cords, I think, or that was really cool, and then protect your energy. As in my reality, I was a little bit confused about what was going on, and maybe you can relate with this, but you feel like not really a lot is manifesting or a lot is happening, and it's kind of as if things are put on pause or like kind of waiting period. And then I was sitting with this initiation story, and I got some information about it, and I want to share that. But first I want to read the card for you all. And rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You're being tested, initiated, because you're headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passages, mark the shift from one age to the next, and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more of ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You're going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. And that is something that really helped me out when I read that card. I was like, this makes so much sense, as how I would describe my reality right now would be as if I would be in a waiting room. There are multiple symbolic stories that you can use for an initiation, but the thing is, if you are an initiation, it's because you are moving from an old way of being into a new way of being. It's going from an old reality to a new reality, and this can be anything. This can be you going from being single to a relationship, from living in this place to this city, from you know, living what I have, for example, living with my parents, to living on my own, anything of this matter. That is that in-between phase that you are being put there to prepare yourself to get tested in ways. Here's the plan. Our soul is not going to just put us somewhere without being prepared. We, you know, got to have some preparation or some lessons or some ways of thinking for us to be able to be in this new reality and let go of the old. And I wrote some stuff down for an initiation if you're in that, as I'm currently in that. So it's the space between the old and the new. It's like a waiting room or a long hall that you're walking. For example, it's kind of like you're walking this big tunnel or hall. I don't know how you call that, but I wanted to say you are in this big hall. You're in this big room, and that's your old reality. And then they say you can take that door to the other place, and then you open up the door, and it's such a long hallway, like you cannot even see the end, and there are multiple doors on the way. As you start to walk this hallway and you start walking and walking, you're like, where is the other place? Where is the other place? Like, I'm looking around, is it this door? And then you open this door, you see that's not it. And then you open the other door and you see that's not it. That's kind of what they mean with the test, as you will maybe get tested, have some sidetracks, that you will be led somewhere first to then be able to go to the place that you're meant to be, as all these places are meant for you, but for you, of course, to be prepared. And then I wrote down the preparation phase. The longer you are in this waiting room, for example, so maybe you went from this old place and now you are, they say, oh, this new place that we are building for you right now, for example, you can wait here and then it will be done, and then you will be sitting there in the waiting room, and they open the door sometimes, they say like it's almost ready, and then you kind of have this hope energy, what I have sometimes in this phase where I'm in right now. Maybe can relate with that you have these moments of that you feel that something new is entering reality, or that some shifts are happening. You do feel this, but sometimes it feels like, it's like, why am I actually waiting here? You forget why you were actually waiting in the waiting room, as they don't open the door anymore, and you're like, is anything actually happening? Will this ever be done? Will I ever go, you know, to this new thing? And then they open the door again and they're like, we're almost done, and you're like, okay, and then there comes this point in the initiation phase that they say it's ready. And of course they open up the door, that's that opportunity, and then you have to decide, because you are the one to decide anyway. But that's what I got for initiation phase. The longer you are in it, the longer you get prepared to get ready for something big, because, you know, the longer you have to wait, the longer you prepare. It's apparently something that you really have to get really prepared for. And of course there are initiation phases that are a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, but it can be very related back to manifestation. If you are manifesting something, you will maybe know that this feeling of, is my manifestation actually coming true? Is this actually working, what I'm doing? But that right there is such an important time in the initiation phase. What I have right now is like, will there ever be this door that will open? Is there actually something happening behind the scenes? It is, but you know, sometimes we really just have to be patient. And if you're in the initiation phase right now, you're already for like years in that phase, as that can happen. I'm in like months in that phase right now. You can get kind of lose your patience, can get a little bit impatient at sometimes, but then of course we can be sprinkled with some signs and synchronicities and some hints in that this actually is happening, and it gives us a little bit more of hope. And that's what I wanted to share in this video today, that, you know, to share that piece of hope that if you're manifesting something, that it is happening right now. It is happening behind the scenes. Things have to fall into place. It's like you're waiting in this waiting room, and the people behind that door, they're like, oh, she's waiting there. Okay, we're gonna have to put this together and this together. Where is the chair, for example, for a new room? Where's the chair? And they're like, it's not yet delivered. And they're like, okay, she has to wait longer. But it's all divine timing. It's all perfectly timed. And, you know, it's very symbolic what I talk about, but I love to do that. What else do I have here? Yeah, the longer you're in it, the more huge the new will be. So to know that if you're already long in this, your new reality is going to be so different than the old. And that's why you're being made ready as well. You know, we can be a little bit attached to the old, as I wrote down, juggling between the old life and the new life in the initiation. If we are in this waiting room, we can think of, should I go back to the old door? Should I just go back to that place? Because I'm waiting here and I don't even know why I'm waiting here. But then it's like, wait, it's the waiting room. It's that pause. It's that moment of things being put into place as well, that in this waiting room you will maybe be sitting with other people and they will test you. They will maybe say to you like, why are you waiting here? This is not, you know, it will not work. You see how long it takes? That can happen too. I've had that too, that I am creating my reality right now, manifesting certain things, and there can be coming people on your path that don't believe you or don't see the same thing, but that's because they are not manifesting that. You are the only one manifesting that reality, so nobody else is doing that for you. So who can let somebody else tell you that? Because they're not, you know, creating what you are creating. Only you know that. So you are actually the only one that could believe in yourself and support yourself. But we can have this, sometimes I have this too, that I'm like, oh, should I just go back to the old? But it's kind of impossible, because you already cut some cords because you're in the waiting room. If you're in the waiting room, if you are in the initiation, it's because you are crossing it. You're literally already deciding upon going into your new reality. Otherwise you would not be in the initiation phase. If you would not have decided upon something else, a different reality, it's kind of like timeline shifting or just creating a new reality. If you're in this initiation phase right now, it's because you chose and you already decided. There's no going back. You maybe think you can, but you can't, because you already decided. You already cut some cords to be able to sit in the waiting room. You were literally led through the old door into the waiting room. As you can then step into the new door that will be opening up for you. And once it opens, of course we can sometimes decide to go back, but once we decide the new door, if that one opens and we decide upon it, there's really no going back. And that's what I mean with the waiting room. It can feel like you can go back right now, and you could, but you deep down know. You deep down know that's not what you want. Otherwise you would not be in the waiting room, because you decided to be in the waiting room because you want to wait. You actually want that, you know. And then the door will open and you can decide to go for it. So that's that phase after the initiation phase, of course, that you are so prepared, and then this opportunity comes, and then it's up to you to decide. And if there is something that you have, where you have to meet someone or anything of this matter, this opportunity will show itself over and over, because this new reality behind this closed door was created for you in the first place. You know, if someone opens the door and they say it's ready and you don't go in there, they close it, and then they open up it again, because they're like, you know, we did create this for you. So as well to know that. And you know, that's what they always say, this quote, what's meant for you will never pass you by, because it's meant for you. It's for you. And I wrote down what I said before. Sometimes they open a door as you get a glimpse. Sometimes the door is closed for so long you almost forget that why you were there for. And that can happen in the initiation phase, of course, that it's kind of like, wait, what room is this again? Why am I here? What's happening? And it's all very symbolic, but if you are in this phase right now, because what it said, the card said, you can be in this phase as well because of a really tragic situation you went through, or yes, just really seeing a total different reality or higher perspective or anything of this matter, and you feel like it's time to change things up. And you know, in this initiation phase where we're being made so ready. So if you're in that right now, know that you are ready, because you're already sitting there and you're all so ready. And you know, before you know it, this opportunity shows itself to you. And that can happen very unexpectedly as well, but you are ready for it because you're in the waiting room. If you're in the waiting room, it means that, you know, you're sitting there and you're waiting for that moment to come. And it's kind of like It's the same as if you have an appointment. The appointment was already made. You know, the people there know that while you are there, and you know why you are there, and that's the same with initiation phase. But I want to actually shake one more card today for this video as guidance. If you are in the initiation phase right now, what would be the best guidance for that situation? And I'm going to shake a card. Oh, that was very fast. Okay. The overall energy is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So to know that you are healing things, of course, you know, if you're in that phase, it's because things are being shifted in your reality. As you are shifting, you are transforming to be able to go into a new reality. You are not the old person you were anymore, so you will not be able to go back to that. You guys, you guys, oh my god, we have a motorcycle. That's one sign with this card. We have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Look at this. Hope it's focused. I'm going to read it. That is just so cool. Okay, so the card says, you go first, the universe will catch you. Life bans for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap towards or away from. That's funny because it says away from. So of course, if you, maybe you will go into an initiation phase from this point on, if you decide to leave behind the old. Because if you decide to leave behind the old, you will be led to something new. And then you can come in this initiation phase of crossing maybe a lot of crazy stuff, and you will see a lot of crazy stuff, and it may seem a little bit dark, but you're led to this very bright door. But you are scared to make the move, or maybe perhaps you're waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign and permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. That is so funny. I see all these visions right now that I'm receiving of this waiting room again, and then you sit there and you ask the person that is maybe there too, it's like, do you guys have a manual for if I go to the door for that new place? I don't know what this place looks like. Maybe I will get lost. That is so funny that I see that. Of course, you know, we can have this fear of, if we would do something new, what if I get lost? What if I will be stranded somewhere I don't know? But you're guided. Once again, you're guided. It's scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new. And it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now this is how you're being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. Once again, take it step by step. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. You go first, take a good run up and leap. So if you are deciding upon a new reality, as that is, for example, maybe that's why you're led to this video. For me, for example, I decided upon that a few months ago, that I don't want the old anymore. And that is not for me, and I want to create something new. And I then took kind of a leap into the unknown. I don't know where I am led right now. I'm totally in the initiation phase, as I will be kind of, you know, led to this new reality, as I'm already feeling this energetically, that I am being shifted and certain things are falling away. But there are a few things that still have to fall away for me, that I'm working through, of course, to be able to live this new reality. But maybe you are in an old reality and you want to live a new reality, and it's scary to let go of the old. And as the card said, take a good run and leave, because you know, if we jump, the universe or whoever you believe in, your higher self, your guides, your angels, anything who you feel guided by will catch you. Because, you know, this is something I said in a different video too the other day. Your soul knows what it's doing. Your soul really knows what it's doing, and it came here with a plan. It came here with a whole backup of guides, of ancestors, of anything, you know, you believe in, that were about to help you out. But of course, we have free will as humans to decide. We choose to do what we want to do. But if you are in this initiation phase right now, or you're about to decide to do this, it's not the most easy place to be. For me, I have experienced the last few months a lot of confusion, a lot of doubt of, is this really for me, or is this the wrong thing, is this decision, is this not the right decision? But it's really no. Sometimes for these moments, as I said, that you will be shown, or you will know, really know that something is happening. You really have to trust that feeling, because that's your soul guiding you. It's saying yes. It's saying yes. It's never saying no to you. It's never saying no. If you're going to choose you, it's going to support you. So to know that as well. And we are always supported, and sometimes this can be a very difficult thing to trust, and maybe we don't see it. We're like, am I really being provided for? Am I really being supported here? I don't see it. But we always are. As you are watching right now, you are alive. You are still alive, because you are meant to be alive right now, and you are meant to cross the threshold. You're meant to cross and be an initiation to live a new reality. And maybe can feel a little bit annoying or frustrated, or you're like, oh my god, I'm so done with this place. I get you. I get you. I really feel that too sometimes. But it's really about staying patient and trusting, and you know, that's always what they say, patience get rewarded. So really know that. And that's what I wanted to share today. Let me know what you are experiencing right now, if you are deciding upon a new reality, or that you are in the initiation phase, that you feel like there's this kind of pause going on, as you feel like nothing is happening in your reality. You're like, I decided upon something new, but nothing is happening. A lot is happening. If you think that, it's the exact opposite thing. So that's so funny. And let me know in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching today. If you want to like, if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my name there is Julita Light 2. And I wish you all a beautiful day today.